Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What up, though? It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B, and we have a lot to cover. Draft smoke, roster stuff, local defensive back who puts up video game numbers and wants a shot with the Lions. Let's get into everything happening in Motown this week. Awesome, Fred. MDE, happy Thursday. That's right. So Detroit continues to dig deep into defensive tackles this class. The names keep popping up. There's Christen Miller from Georgia, a solid run defender. Darrell Jackson Jr. from Florida State, long, athletic, and disruptive. And Lee Hunter from Texas Tech, one of the best run defenders in the entire draft. It's who we brought in lately for interviews. Offensive tackle depth. Even with a strong O-line, the Lions are scouting developmental tackles. Logan Brown, Grand Rapids native, former five-star high school athlete. Austin Barber, clean technique, SEC tested. Xavier Truss, massive, powerful, and versatile. And my favorite, Trey Zune. Happy Thursday, Nick Burton. And so, right now, it looks like they're still making draft needs and visits of all offensive tackles still a priority. Mock drafts continue to link offensive tackles early. No surprise, home builds from the line out. And what I did notice from the top 30 visits, there was only one wide receiver, but he actually was a running back. So they're not making wide receiver a priority because we already have Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tesla, Tom Kennedy, Dominic Lovett, all these guys, and let's not forget Jackson McGee, Zadarius Smith's nephew. So that has already been going on. And last but not least, we all heard the story about Freddie McGee standing outside of Allen Park holding a sign with his stats and how he's grit because he doesn't have an agent, and all he wants is a tryout. 14 interceptions and 25 pass breakups in an 18-game season is amazing. Defensive player of the year in the AFL. I understand it's the AFL, but you're talking about less chances for a DB to stop them because it's only a 55-yard field. And he managed to get 14 and break up 25 more. That's 39 targets that weren't allowed. There he is from his Eastern Michigan days. I would love to see him in a Lions uniform. AFL Player of the Year. Let's get this kid a shot. But realistically, they can't do anything until the rookie mini camp right after the draft. So I hope they give this kid a tryout. I hope he's one of the invites after, or maybe a UDFA pickup automatically. How amazing would that be? But with being the 18th, but he's made it clear he wants to be a Lion. He can turn down everybody else. He's publicly pushing for a tryout with the Detroit Lions, and honestly, he fits the mold. Underdog mentality, Michigan roots, high motor competitor, and special teams upside. These are the exact type of players Brad Holmes has taken chances on before. If the Lions bring in DB depth for rookie minicamp, McGee deserves a look. That's what I'm saying, MDE. Let's go, Freddie. And in other Detroit sports news, Kevin McGonigal gets an 8-year deal with $150 million guaranteed. He's going nowhere. That starts the 2027 season, voiding his rookie contract as of next year. Well deserved. He's looked like everything we wanted, which is proof that we're going to sign the players we develop, which means there may still be a shot to keep Skubal. But if the contract talks between the Tigers and him break down, and if we're not in playoff contention, so let's face it, we started out rough, but hey, we just won back. We've won back-to-back games, 5 in a row now. Granted, the bat numbers aren't there, but guess what? The temperature was cooler. Makes a difference. Talked about this. Kevin McGonigal got his first home run over the weekend. Let's go. Pistons are in the playoffs. It looks like we're playing the Hornets. Let's kick their ass. Current subscribers count right now is 676. We keep growing, people. I love it. Let's keep it going. Let's get that push to 1,000 by the end of the season. I'll put 1,000 names into the hat and draw them. If mine comes up because, I'm subscribed to my own channel, I'll redraw. Matter of fact, I'll draw 10 times. I'll do a randomizer. There's plenty of free ones out there. I'll do it 10 times and give the name that comes up or the number associated with the name. Moonscar. I'll re-go over the notes real so far. Who we brought in for the heating up at defensive tackle targets? We brought in Christen Miller from Georgia, solid run defender. Darrell Jackson Jr. from Florida State, long, athletic, and disruptive. And Lee Hunter from Texas Tech, one of the best run defenders in the entire draft. Offensive tackle depth. For the day 3 picks, just in case, Austin Barber, clean technique, SEC tested. Xavier Truss, massive, powerful, versatile. Trey Zune, the most versatile offensive lineman in this draft. But it's really good to see you guys here. I love talking to my guys. I got 11 people watching on YouTube, a few on Facebook, and a few more on Twitter. It is great. I love it. So offensive tackle visits are still a priority. They lead for the position of what's been seen. We've had 3 running backs. We've had 3 defensive tackles. We've had 4 edge. We've had 8 defensive tackles or people that have played tackle on the O-line come in. And yes, Trey Zune's one of the ones that played left tackle his freshman year. Did very good for Texas A&M. And then, of course, the Freddie McGee story. Graduates from West Cannon High School, attends Eastern Michigan University, graduates. I don't even know what Ben Miller. I don't know. I'm trying to talk about what I'm talking about, Nick. I don't know, Nick. I haven't even looked up Ben Miller. Anyways, back to what I was trying to say. Now, this is the storyline busy to hear. Freddie McGee, former EMU defensive back, just finished a monster season in the AFL. Defensive Player of the Year, 14 interceptions, 25 pass breakups, a flat-out elite ball production. He's publicly pushing for a tryout with the Lions. He's standing outside of Allen Park with a sign saying, "No agent, semi-pro stats, the definition of grit. Dan Campbell, give me a shot." You can't ask for it. Let's go. You can't ask for a better story than that. And that's the underdog story that everybody needs in this town. So who is Ben Miller? Because you can't give me a name, no position, no school, no nothing, because I've never heard of him. I know Boobie Williams is an assistant running backs coach now for the Lions. So who's Ben Miller? Explain, because I don't know. Uh, Please expound on it. What do you think about the international player, the defense attack? He's a beast. If you're talking about Hassany, I didn't know we picked up one because that usually doesn't happen until after the draft. Uh, who are we talking about? That Jay Tufele that came in? I, 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 I need names because you say international player, and there's been like 10 of them that we've had visits with. Trying to get this going so you can hear your music, buddy.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Do you know the name? That's what I was asking. I don't know the name. Let's see. Use Demona edits. Hey, how you doing? But I don't know the name. You say an international player. I have no idea who you're talking about. That's what I'm getting at. When I'm live, I can't look stuff up like that. I'm trying. Man, I love that people ask me questions, but they don't give me positions. They don't give me names. They don't give me colleges. They don't give me anything. Oh, Blake Miller. Okay, Blake Miller. Okay. Moonscar, thanks for the update. That's a high school senior running back. Led the state in rushing yards this year, but that's definitely not him. Blake Miller. Now, that is a solid right tackle in this draft. 100%. I'm fine with it, but he's probably a second round pick at this point. Maybe even an early third. So I'm going to post this now. It's our second live poll, and put into the chat 1 for yes, 2 for no. Should the Lions give Freddie McGree the third a shot at rookie minicamp? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Oh, I already got a 1. All right. I love it. 1,000 times yes. I love it. You can actually click on the screen and vote too, I believe, on this, because it does show that it was voted on. So far we got 3. So I thought that was cool that it automatically came up yes on the screen. I love it. 1 for hell yes. I love it. Love it, guys. So far I haven't seen 1, 2 on it. Let me look up his size. I just want to see what his size is real quick. He's 5'9", 170 pounds, and only 27 years old. He was a walk-on at EMU who earned a scholarship through consistent performance in leadership, pro day, Ran a solid pro day in 2021, but went undrafted, later transitioning to indoor and arena football. I know. That's what I said. He's on the shorter side, but it sounds like a perfect nickel or dime slot guy at 5 foot. What was that? 5'9"? Yeah, 5'9" and 170. Uh, that's basically an inch taller than Amik was. I remember some of these guys. Oh, you are Bernard. Okay, Bernard. Yes, I do like this kid. See, if I got a name, I can look him up. Let me see what it says here. I'm gonna look him up. Yeah, Meek was 5'8". Youri Bernard is the most fascinating and arguably most freakish prospect in the 2026 NFL draft, a 21-year-old defensive tackle from Abuja, Nigeria. Bernard has never played a down of organized college football, yet he has become the most talked about athlete in the entire class. His rise from small village to NFL's International Player Pathway Program, which is done in Australia, is remarkable, but it's historic athletic testing. He's 6'4" and 306 pounds with just 6% body fat. And he was at the NFL HBCU Showcase Combine. He ran a 4.63 at 306 pounds for the 40-yard dash, a 39-inch vertical jump, a 10'10" broad jump, and a perfect relative athletic score. Those kind of numbers, you don't know where he'll go. He could go in the first round all the way to the seventh. It just depends if he's had enough. He'd be a project in the NFL still. And every one of those numbers would have led all defensive tackles at the NFL Combine by a lot. The pure athlete. I love the fact. I would love to bring this kid in. He went to the Nigeria camp, then the 2025 Africa camp in Cairo. So he actually went to the same camp that Ahmad Hassanin went to. So he came to camp at 295 pounds with 11% body fat and improved to 306 pounds with 6% body fat in just 10 weeks while adding inches to his vertical and broad jump. His trainers described him as the most explosive athlete I've ever seen, noting his 10'10" broad jump looked effortless. His on-field projection. Bernard has never played organized college football or tape is limited to IPP drills. He could actually be a defensive 10. His natural strength. He won a 666 deadlift competition in Nigeria before joining the IPP. He played basketball prior to that. He's 6'4.5" with 35 3/4-inch arms. Bernard has the prototypical defensive tackle length and natural leverage to anchor against double teams. His areas of concern, of course, are experience, technique, and projection risk. He'll more likely be either drafted day 3. So multiple teams, including the Lions, Niners, Eagles, Chiefs, Broncos, and Colts, have shown interest in him. Some analysts have compared his developmental path similar to Jordan Mailata. Draft range 5 to 7, ideal developmental 3-tech hybrid interior disruptor, high-end starter with the ceiling is high-end starter with all pro athletic traits, floor practice squad project with special teams value, pro comp and on athleticism only. He's a 300-pound version of Julius Peppers, they say. So maybe this is the guy I start I need to start pounding the table in the mock draft. Speaking of, it's that time of the show. Where's those 3 words, MDE? You know what I'm talking about. And away we go. Oh, God, I didn't put fast, did I? Oh, it has to be, because it's going somebody decent. Okay, 3 trade offers. Let's see what they are first. 27 and 58. 21 and 1. I don't like that. But they say that better. Okay. So, as you can see, Love is still here. That wouldn't happen in real life. Vega Ione is still here. I don't know who missed out on him. Spencer Fanu's still here. Caden Proctor already went. Monroe Freeling went back to back to LA and the Ravens. God, I'd be hard pressed not to take Vega Ione and push Mahogany and them out. There it is. He put it in there. Mock me, daddy, as he likes to say. I'm going Spencer Fanu. I think he's the best tackle left on the board right now. I think it makes perfect sense. Ruben Bain's not here. I think maybe Keldrick Falk, number 25. He's there. And this kid is kind of a specimen. 6'5" and 276 out of Auburn. I just don't trust the production because he didn't have much at Auburn. So I'm going to go Fanu. There went Gabe Akers. Damn it. I hope that guy makes it to me, because if he makes it to 50, it's a no-brainer. There he is, Cassius Howell. I'm not trading. So we got Fanu and Howell. I think that's a great start. Offensive tackle, edge. There went Kilgore at 69 to the... Wow. If the Texans got Kilgore to go with that backfield they got, that just shored up everything after losing their safety. And yes, I'm just reading the screen as it goes by that you guys see. So it's no different than you guys reading it on a phone, because it's smaller on my side because this is a production one. So what do you guys think? I think it's great stats, Pat Rothwell. It'd be stupid for us not to take him. Wow, Joshua Joseph of Tennessee, because his linebacker size dropped all the way to the 4th round. Up there went Trey Zune. The Bears. God damn it. Well, I see a guy right here. Love his size. I think he's 6 foot. Yeah, 6'3", 7'8". So you might as well say 6'4" and 195 pounds. You're a lion. Wow. That's a lot, but that's going back to the 5th round. That's a bunch of 5th round picks and a 6th round pick and maybe a 7th. Would you take that trade? It's 50-50 for us. Doing it for a reason. Looking to see if he's here. They say he's going to be listed. There he is. I'm taking him right here. You are Bernard. No questions asked. Next up is linebacker. Like, we really don't need an off-ball linebacker. We need guys on the outside. This guy fits the bill. Caleb Alarms, or hell of a guy. 3 in York is going to be another one. He's more of that. He could possibly be a safety. We talked to him. Let's see what we've got. We got Spencer Fanu, Cassius Howell, Tacario Davis, U.R. Bernard, and Caleb Alarms Orr. Let's go back to the draft results because we should be coming up any second. Michael Tape is still here. That's no-brainer. We talked to him. You know what? Just because of his athleticism, we're talking about a 6th-round pick. I'm grabbing him. Lorenzo Styles. Freakish athlete. And he made it to us. Kendall Daniels. You're a lion. Tanner Koziel. We brought him in. We also brought in another one, Jay Tafali. Where's he at? There's another one of those guys. Okay, not there. So let's get some depth here. Anthony Lucas is still here. That's a no-brainer. At this late in the draft, you can't go wrong with that. And this is our last pick. I'm going to do what I always do. It's either tight end. I took tight end. So, yeah, we're going to go Jack if he's here, and he's gone. No, there he is. They moved him down. I like him way better than Diego Pagava, Baron Morton, or Kate Klubnik. So I know I did some major reaches here, and my draft grade is probably going to be a C or a D. I'm just guessing. But I made some good picks at the top. Come on, you only got a few more to go. I think it stops at 257. I got a B plus still. Let's see. Xavier Bernard got a C minus, C minus. Tanner Koziel got a B minus. Michael Tafe got a B. Cassius Howell got an A plus. Spencer Panu an A minus. Tacario Davis a B minus. I'm not upset with those draft grades. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Technically in the draft, I think it's stupid to give anything give any team higher than a C plus. I think they all should be C plus to C minus until after, and then regrade them after year 3 of that draft, because I think that's when the proper evaluations do happen. Let's see what we ended up with here. Spencer Fanu, Cassius Howell, Tacario Davis, U.R. Bernard, Caleb Alarms Orr, Michael Tafe, Lorenzo Styles, Kendall Daniels, Tanner Koziel, Anthony Lucas, and Jack Strand. That trade was huge. Do you see that? 11 picks. I traded away 2 picks and got 3 back. Actually, I think I got 4 back. Yeah, I had to have. Because if I trade away, the one was one this year, one next year. Yeah, so traded 1 pick, got 3 back, and then gave up next year's pick. I don't mind doing that because look at the depth we got now. The depth is we got an offensive tackle. We got 2 edges. We got a defensive tackle. We got 2 linebackers. We got 2 safeties. We got a good corner. We got a backup QB and a tight end to fill in. And with the rumors out there that Laporta may be traded, or they're fielding calls from teams that are calling about him, that's not saying he's on the trade block. I want to make that clear. That teams are calling about him. There's interest. That is a possibility, which means we could probably end up with a 3rd-round pick if that happens. The 3rd-round pick, Jalen Kilgore, right there. I don't care where it's at in that draft. You take him. I think we'd get at least a 3rd and a 5th. Possibly better. Because the potential is top 5 tight end in this league. And if that happens, if we do get a 1st, I wouldn't be surprised if we go for someone like Kenyon Sadiq early in the draft. Just saying. But it'll probably be a draft day trade, and it would probably happen more than likely day 1. If it doesn't happen day 1, I don't see it happening. That's my prediction on the rumor of Laporta being traded. But I like getting depth. We have built a lot of depth this free agency. Solid guys, rotational to starter quality at certain positions. We're in a lot better shape than we were last year for injuries. And that's important because we all seen, look what San Francisco did with their injuries. They had more depth. We didn't have as good a depth as what San Francisco had. And Robert Salah on defense makes a difference too, as just a coordinator focusing on just the defense. It's huge for them. So there is your Lions news as of Thursday. I will do a complete recap tomorrow on the Lions Fan Cave chat, where I will probably have Chicken Nugget, where I'll probably have Nick Burton, and maybe a couple more. Hopefully we get more people involved. But now that the Pistons are in the playoff, that might be ball off the board because Detroit loves their Detroit sports. And that's why it's KCB Sports Network. This has been another episode of Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. Don't forget, I want to see this guy get a rookie tryout. 100%. 27 years old, can't go wrong. And then tomorrow, I'm also going to discuss at noon NFL draft prospects 26 through 50. So tune in and try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love as I get ready to grab something to eat and go to work. Thank you, Moonscar, MDE, Nick Burton, Pat Rothwell, all of you for joining us today at the KCB Sports Network.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.